If you're under the age of 50 and wondering whether or not you should apply for Social Security disability benefits, there's a few things that you'll need to look at. First, you'll want to do an evaluation of your mental and physical impairments, as well as your prior work history. Under the age of 50, Social Security is going to assume that you have the ability to transition into or retrain to other types of employment. So do a self-evaluation on whether or not your mental and physical limitations prevent you from doing some of the prior job tasks and employment positions that you've been doing in the last 15 years. If you're unable to complete those types of tasks, then applying for Social Security disability benefits may be the best route for you. If you're over the age of 50 and wondering whether or not you should apply for Social Security disability benefits, you're going to want to look at a few things. The first of which is going to be your prior work history. Over the age of 50, Social Security is going to divide you into different age categories. And at that point, they're not looking at whether or not you should transition to or retrain into different types of employment. They're going to look at your prior positions and your prior career, and they're going to make a determination on whether or not you can do something that's very similar to what you've been doing in the past. On top of your prior work history, Social Security is going to be looking at your physical and your mental impairments, and they're going to be making that determination on whether or not you can do something that's very similar to your prior work, given those current mental or physical limitations and impairments. So complete a self-evaluation on whether or not you're able to do that work or something very similar to what you've done in the past, given the current physical and mental limitations that you have. Once you've applied for Social Security disability benefits, the Social Security Administration is going to gather and pull all of your medical records and evidence. One thing that they're going to look at, and one thing that's going to be very important, is obtaining a medical opinion from one of your treating providers. Once Social Security pulls your medical records, they're going to turn those medical records over to one of their doctors for a review. It'll be important to have that medical opinion, so you can submit that to the Social Security Administration, so they can review that along with their doctor determinations and compare that to the medical records generated by your providers. When assessing your limitations, you're going to want to look at what you can physically or mentally do or not be able to do. Social Security is going to be looking at and making an evaluation on whether or not you have the ability to stand for certain amounts of time, sit for a certain amount of time, or whether or not you have limitations in your ability to stoop, bend, crouch, climb ladders, climb different scaffolding, or be at various heights. They're also going to look at mental limitations, such as the limit or inability to interact with coworkers or the general public, about the limitations to staying on pace or maintaining a set work schedule. If you have any limitations in these areas, then applying for Social Security disability benefits may be the route for you, because Social Security is going to look at these and compare them to your ability to maintain employment in various contexts. When you're looking at applying for Social Security disability benefits, you'll see that there are two different programs that you can apply for. The first is Social Security Disability Insurance. The second is Supplemental Security Income. SSDI benefits are directly associated with somebody's work history, and Social Security is going to look at what someone has been earning and for how long they've been earning in that employment position. Social Security is going to look and make a determination over the past 10 years and see if someone has earned 5 work credits, which will then make them eligible for the SSDI application process. For SSI benefits, Social Security is going to be looking at someone's current income and at the assets that they currently have. The Social Security Administration looks at these SSI benefits and has this program in place for someone that has little to no work history, or for somebody who has a work history but has an extended amount of time since they've stopped working and those work credits have expired. Both of these programs have very similar medical limitations and requirements to them, and it really just comes down to the income and the assets and the work credits as the difference in each benefit program. Once you've applied for Social Security disability benefits, you're going to want to supply Social Security with a number of documents and information to assist them in making a determination on your application. First off, Social Security is going to want to know basic contact information: your name, your date of birth, your address, where you went to school, how far you went in school. But more importantly, they're going to look at your medical records and they're going to need to and want to look through the different types of treatments, the diagnoses, the testing, and the imaging that's been completed by your providers. So when you apply for benefits, you're going to want to have a very comprehensive list of who you've treated with and what type of treatment you've had in the past. Additionally, they're going to want to know your prior work history. They're going to want to know the rate of pay, what you were doing, and the positions that you were working in the past. Once you've submitted your application for Social Security disability benefits, there will be some time associated with it. After that application is submitted, Social Security will take about 3 to 5 weeks until they reach out and send you the first packet of information. This first packet is going to contain a work history report and a function report. The work history report is the detailed report that allows Social Security to get an in-depth view of what you were doing for employment and how you did it, what the job tasks were specifically on an average day, what your involvement was with coworkers, with the general public, what you did and how you did it. The function report that Social Security provides you with is really the first opportunity for Social Security to get an in-depth look into your daily life. What you do, how you do those daily tasks, such as laundry, self-care, running errands, cleaning the home, and whether or not you receive any assistance from other individuals. Only so much information will come through from your daily task and your medical records. And so this function report is very important because it gives Social Security that look into your daily life and the limitations that are impacting you each and every day with the tasks that you would normally do. Once you've submitted that function report and the work history report, it's going to take Social Security approximately 3 months to continue gathering the information that they need, review that information, and then make a determination. Once they make a determination, they're going to mail that decision back over to you. Applying for disability benefits and working through the Social Security program can come with a lot of mistakes or mishaps that you'll want to avoid. The first of which is always make sure that you have and have given Social Security the most up-to-date and accurate contact information. The moment you change a phone number, the moment you change an address, get in touch with the Social Security Administration and give them that update. Social Security will send a lot of forms over to you for completion, and a lot of these forms have very strict time requirements associated with them. If Social Security does not get these forms back, that alone can be the basis for a denial on your application. Additionally, Social Security may take the opportunity to send you to one of their doctors, what's called a consultative examination. Once this determination is made to send you to a consultative examination or a CE, there will be time frames associated with confirming that and then appearing at that examination. If you fail to confirm that appointment, or if you fail to show up, that alone will be a basis for a denial. Another mistake to avoid is not maintaining contact with Social Security. Do not hesitate to call the Social Security Administration for updates on your case. There is a lot of time associated with the application process and the review process for them making a determination. And if you have questions, do not be afraid to call the Social Security Administration to ask for updates or to ask those questions. After Social Security has gathered all the necessary information on your case, they're going to make a decision. Once they make that decision, they'll mail it out to you. If you receive a denial, you're going to want to pay close attention to the reasoning for the denial. Read through it carefully. If you disagree with the basis of their denial, continue to read that denial notice because it's going to contain very important information that relates to how you appeal that denial or how you request a reconsideration of that decision. When you receive a denial, there are very strict time frames associated with your ability to appeal or to ask for reconsideration. Generally, it's going to be 60 days from the date that you receive that letter. Your denial notice is going to contain the appeal paperwork and what you need to do to request further review on your application, and you'll want to pay close attention to those. And if you have further questions, reach out to the Social Security Administration on the basis of that denial. Once Social Security has gathered all the necessary information and made a decision on your case, and you've received that decision and see that it's an approval, a couple of things are going to happen next. That first notice is just a simple approval. You've been approved for disability benefits. After that, you're going to receive separate notices that discuss whether or not you're eligible for and will be receiving back pay, and what the determination amount is for your ongoing monthly benefits. It'll also include information on whether or not you've been approved for and the timeframes associated with Medicare benefits. Read these notices carefully. Review the information that's in them. If you have a disagreement with the numbers or the calculations that Social Security has done, reach out to the Social Security Administration as soon as you receive those notices, because that may require an appeal, which will have timeframes associated with it. These notices will also include the date or the approximate time in which you'll receive the back pay benefits you're eligible for, as well as when each month you'll be receiving your monthly benefits going forward.